Jesus is my reality. What's up, good peoples? Tell me why. That's what you said. Tell me why. When you trade it, that's exactly what you're gonna be saying. So welcome. You rocking with your boy Karceno here. And once again, we are live. Now, jumping into this once again. Um, we in here. I'm glad you in here. I'd rather you be here than someplace else. So the draft had pretty much gone exactly the way we thought to a certain degree. Things have changed a little bit. Certain selections were made that were very questionable and kind of blew my mind. Like Dallas just really won this draft. I mean, they had Trae Young and traded Trae Young right away. That was just to Atlanta. And the GM he wanted Trae Young over there because he had Steph Curry for 8 years. So now he wants to do some work with him. So I completely understand it. Well, the whole scenario was built around Trae Young. This became the Trae Young draft. And everybody else that were better than Trae Young, they kind of went under the radar. You got to look at one or two things. What do you expect out of the draft, and what do you expect to get? The number one draft pick, who's probably one of the better players in the draft. Yeah, well, the thing is, he played in Arizona, and he was gonna make it. That was gonna be a good pick for him. Um, we're still in the second round right now as we're watching this live chat. But I still think that Dallas so far has gotten the best out of the trade. But you're seeing some good GM work. Even the Cavs made a good pick with Sexton. Sexton fits what they really need. They need a point guard. They need a point guard who can get to the next level. Now, he's from Alabama. He played pretty tough. He could get to the next level. The only problem with Sexton is he has zero left hand. His left hand is almost non existent. Oh, the Thunder got a small forward. Uh, he's a lanky, long body. Kevin Hersey. I mean Hersby. He's from Arlington in Utah. He was the Sun Belt Player of the Year. That's an OKC pick. He's got some game, but I don't know how his game will translate over to the pros. Well, the Bulls made a decent pick, but for the Bulls, I don't understand. Like, I don't know what they're trying to do. Okay, picking up Junior is it's a good idea, but my thing is, what are you gonna do with him? Because you got Dunn already over there. So what are you gonna do with Dunn and him? The Bulls have all these players that look like they could be pretty good, but it's like they're all playing the same position. So it's like, how you gonna move all these guys around? Oh, Ray Spalding went to Philly. That is a huge pick, and he went all the way down. He from Louisville. Watch that. The Nuggets got Michael Porter Jr. and the Knicks are livid. Oh, the Knicks went ham. The Knicks was what? They thought for sure they was getting. They thought for sure they was getting Michael Porter Jr. The Knicks have once again showed you how to screw up a draft. Oh, when they named Kevin Knox. Boom! The fan almost punched somebody. He was that livid. Man, he was ready to punch somebody, man. He threw a fist through his hat. Man, they really, they never, they, the Knicks organization and they fans are way off base. They cannot connect at all. They just can't get it right. I don't know what it is. They were like, he might be good, but he ain't what the fans gonna go out and buy his doggone jersey. They would have bought Michael Porter Jr. tomorrow. Sometimes you got to look at what's best for the franchise. If the Knicks fans want him and he's available, draft him. Draft him. Just be like, look, we tried to do it the way the fans don't want. How many years? Man, how many years? How many years? That's what I'm saying. This draft, the first two draft picks, nobody really. They's like, okay, DeAndre Ayton, he's going to Phoenix. You know, he's a freshman coming right out of school. I still think he needs some development. He'll be all right. Then you got Marvin Bagley the third from Duke. Him going to Sacramento is a good fit. But again, once again, quiet, made a little noise, movement of the ball, what have you. The biggest pick was Trae Young going. The Atlanta Hawks drafted Luka Doncic, and Dallas wanted him so bad they were able to give up a draft pick and trade Trae Young. So they were like, bet. Atlanta got a pick out of it. Atlanta did not want Atlanta did not want Luka Doncic, but they did not want to draft Trae Young that high. They knew whatever Dallas was going to do, Dallas was going to have to go to their backup. Dallas wanted him. They wanted Don Sinek, whatever his name is, Luca. They wanted him on the team more than anything. That's who Dirk Nowitzki wanted on the team. Everybody, they were all excited about having him on the team. So Atlanta got a draft pick out of it, and they got Trae Young, the guy who they wanted to get in the first place. But they just didn't want to pay him number 3 money. And I still think Trae Young is no more than a backup. I don't think he's gonna be Steph Curry. Michael Porter Jr. slid all the way to 14th. Somebody was scared here. Somebody heard something about Michael Porter Jr. and they were afraid after this back surgery that he might not be the guy. So everybody was passing on him. So when it came down to the Knicks and the Knicks fans wanted Michael Porter Jr. so bad, this was the time to give the fans what they wanted. And they said no. We going with Kevin Knox. Because if everybody else passed on him, something must be wrong. They heard something. And that all it takes is that one team to pass on you, and they'd be like, why didn't they take Michael Porter Jr.? They know something. Oh, they didn't take him either? The next team didn't take him? Oh, no, I'm not drafting him. I'm not going to be the guy to make this mistake. Something's wrong. And somebody knows something. Find out what's going on. Why nobody's drafting him? So other teams get scared and that's how players fall so far in the draft. That's what happened with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers fell so far in the draft. He was in there in his suit, mad as could be, that he got drafted so low. And I remember watching that draft, and I was like, man, he's better than a lot of these guys here. I believed in Aaron Rodgers at that point. Now I think this is all Aaron Rodgers is. Well, the dynamics have changed. Yeah, he was good at Cal. He was decent. He was good enough to make it, but he was injury prone. And what is he now? Injury prone. See, when you keep breaking your collarbone and coming back, and that's not something that's gonna recuperate. So it's just a matter of time. Well, if you're the Denver Nuggets, what you gotta lose? At this point, Michael Porter Jr. is available. That's better than the pick that you had laid out. So you might as well take Michael Porter Jr. At this point. I know. Why do people keep taking Notre Dame quarterbacks? Notre Dame players, period. They're not what they used to be. It's like, dude, you taking a Notre Dame player again? They're not what they used to be, son. Not what they used to be. But nothing beats the reaction of the doggone. Nothing beats the reaction of the Knicks fans when they found out they didn't get Michael Porter Jr. They thought for sure they would get Michael Porter Jr. When he fell in the draft. They were happy. Yeah, Michael Porter Jr. And, and the Knicks select Kevin Knox. Oh! That video will be viral. Believe me, somebody got a video of that somewhere. You're going to love that. The Grizzlies took Jaren Jackson Jr., which is that's a good fit for the Grizzlies. Trae Young went way too high in this draft. Mohamed Bamba from Texas is a good pick for Orlando. I think that's a good starting piece for them. He could develop, and there's a lot of potential there for him. Wendell Carter Jr., the center that went to the Bulls. That's like I said, it's too many people that you got Dunn, and you got him and Dunn should play well together. But then you got What are you gonna do with poor Bobby Portis? You got Bobby Portis on the team. So what is he gonna do now? You got too many big guys on the team. He's a more versatile big man at center. He's on the Bulls, so the structure's a little off, but Doug should be able to get everything in place once everybody, really get to rolling over there. But Colin Sexton from Alabama, that's the guy right there. Colin Sexton, the point guard from Alabama. The Cleveland Cavaliers needed somebody, like I said, that can get to the next level. So what do? You get somebody that can get to the next level. And who's better to get into the next level than Sexton? Sexton's got a lot of energy. He's got a lot of heart, a lot of confidence. Like he told LeBron, like, come on, LeBron, let's go. LeBron ain't gonna play with you, man. Here's the thing, man. I look in great shape. Don't let the shirt fool you now. I can stand up here and do a pose off. You don't want that. That's just a shirt. That's steel there, buddy. Go ask your hero act. Could he do this? Do he even have a muscle structure? I don't even think he do. I don't think there's nothing there with him. You ain't gonna see nothing like that stand up. Them cannons, buddy. See that? That's muscle structure. I don't think he has that. Where you see something flab at? You see something flopping in the wind? No, you see steel. One punch, you go back to 1997. Like, I'm a child again. You're like, yep. So Sexton is like one of the main guys. Nah, I ain't soft in the middle at all. That's where you're wrong. This is like steel. Steel. Now, here's the thing. Porter Jr. slide. Okay, that was the biggest thing of the night. But the Knicks getting Kevin Knox from Kentucky. I'm not too big on him. A lot of people say he's pretty good. Not really big on him. I'm not really big on Kentucky players. Like I say, not what they used to be. The 76ers, man, they did a pretty good draft. They got Mikal Bridges from Villanova, who's a great pickup at small forward. I don't know why he went all the way down the way he did. I thought he was much better. Yeah, a lot of people got him listed. Juvenile, you said, did I see Juvenile blast a local rapper trying to slide him a mixtape? What'd he do that for? I haven't seen it. I'm quite sure somebody's probably gonna send it to me. I ain't even got my phone by me. That's how much I do my separation. When I had to put my phone somewhere else, I'd be like, stay on the charger for a while. I'm gonna be over here. I need to detach. and get back to some reality, real life stuff and sitting here and chill. But yeah, the Phoenix Suns traded the rights. They got man, the Phoenix the one that came up then. Because they got Mikal Bridges. They got Mikal Bridges and DeAndre Anton on this in the same draft, dog. In the same draft. Well, the Charlotte Hornets traded they pick, and they went to the Clippers. And then the Clippers, they did a trade with Mal Bridges from Michigan State, and they traded him to Charlotte, which was dumb. They were all the next pick. What's the difference in one pick? People just wanted to do that just so they could have a trade in the NBA. That was the most meaningless trade ever. Jerome Robinson from Boston College. I'm not really strong on him. He's a decent shooting guard, but this is a Doc Rivers pick all the way. I thought the logo was taking over, but I wouldn't have. I wouldn't. I'm quite sure Doc probably had some rejections about him coming on to the team, and they took him. Troy Brown from Oregon, the small forward. He should be pretty good. He's a decent guy. I think you could get a double double out of him. But that's who I was big on that the Sixers got. They got a guy from Texas Tech that a lot of people don't know about, Zaire Smith. He's a little small, but I think he'll be all right. And the MVP from the Spurs picked up the MVP, I think. No, the Bucks did. The one DeVincenzo, who was MVP from shooting guard from Villanova. The Bucks picked him up. I don't know why he went so low in the draft. He was great in the tournament. I thought that was enough coming out. He showed poise. I would at least picked him up. Spurs got Lonnie Walker the fourth, the shooting guard from Miami. Well, Kevin Herster from Maryland, he went next. Then you had Josh Ogie from Georgia Tech. He went to the I forgot where he went. Where did he go? Oh, he went to the Timberwolves. And the Jazz got Grayson Allen from Duke. I knew Grayson Allen was going to get drafted. I thought the Bulls was going to take him, but they went right before the Bulls. The Bulls would have probably selected him too, but they took Chandler Hitchison from Boise State, which is a Chicago. That's a Chicago Bulls move. They would have got. They would have taken. Believe me, they Bulls was going to take. I'm surprised they didn't do a trade. They were going to take Grayson Allen. Are you kidding me? Grayson Allen would have been a Chicago Bull. But this is what I'm talking about. You get Hutchison, but you got done. So now you just got done in the draft last year. And now you got him. What are you getting all these guards for? And the Pacers, they love anybody named Holiday. Aaron Holiday, point guard from UCLA. Aaron Holiday, you pick him up? That is an Indiana Pacer, Larry Bird looking move if I've ever seen. Anthony Simmons, Oh, come on. What about Robert Williams, who went the center for the Texas A&M? I don't see him being a good fit for Boston. Boston should have moved him. He is not a good fit for Boston. Robert Williams from Texas A&M, no way. He's too slow. Jacobs Evans, a shooting guard from Cincinnati. Watch him. The Golden State Warriors showed you once again they know how to draft. Why they get another shooting guard? Well, you gonna see when they move Clay Butt up out of there. Clay Butt gonna be gone, and he gonna go to the Lakers. They're gonna be like, okay, we got Jacob Evans. Jacob Evans can play defense just as well as he can score. Oh yeah, you want to see the big four? It's a 1-on-1. None before it, none to come. The homie that's yapping be the only one that has it. How you want it? My jeans is 300. This not a Vizu, homie. It is a Vizu. Clyde watches rock. You know the rest. A big bucket of frozen water on my chest. I show you how to do this, son. Atlanta Hawks, man, they did good too. They got Amari Spellman from the power forward from Villanova. Spellman is good. That's a guy who's good. He's solid. You don't really have to teach him much. No, I know. And the power forward game right now is pretty different than how it was before. So now you could just get him the ball and let him work. This guy said, I don't know any words of the song. And I was just singing the words to the song. The Bulls did well. No, they did not. They did a Chicago Bulls type of move. They took a Bulls type center. So what are you gonna do? If that was the case, you should have traded. You should have traded Portis. If that was the case, Bulls lose. Bulls lose every time since Jordan left. Bulls ain't did nothing but lose since Jordan gone. They owner always do this, man. He just want to go to the playoffs. That's all he thinking about. He ain't paying nobody. Reinsdorf know he got idiot Bull fans that's gonna keep showing up to the game, and that's all he needs. Wendell Smith is Cartwright. He's a Chicago Bulls type of pick. Bulls fans would be happy with picks like this because this is what the Bulls expect. I mean, I have no problem with Carter Jr. I really don't. I think he's all right, but that's a Bulls type of pick. They'll have no type of support around them. But now that they got Doug in there, Doug will change some things up. Colin Sexton is a great pick for the Cavs. Very confident point guard, very confident, can get to the next level, has a good crossover. His only problem is he has zero left hand. Zero. Every time he finishes at the basket, it will be with his right hand. That is a recipe for disaster. There's a lot of players like that in the league right now. and they have not developed their game like that. We saw that it cost Indiana Pacers a game when you see a guy who can get to the next level, like Office Depot, who has zero left hand. Because had he used his left hand, LeBron wouldn't have got the block. But he don't know how to use his left hand. He's gonna twerk his body over to try to do it right instead of making a basic left hand layup, just to try to get it to his right hand. He wasn't gonna hit that crap no way, even though it hit the glass and was goaltending. The Pistons made a pick I didn't agree with. We took the Miami shooting guard, and I knew we were doomed. Bruce Brown Jr. is another scrappy Miami guard. It's a Detroit field. We need some pure shooters on the team. And I'm like, at least we won a chip in this decade. We got like 7 Eastern Conference final titles. I mean, we've actually been. Cleveland has been to 5 NBA finals and has won 0. I mean, they won 1, and that was the year, their only time. The city of losers has finally won something. And that was their swan song. Why is people worried about LiAngelo Ball? I keep seeing his name pop up. LiAngelo Ball. To show you how much the Lakers don't care about LiAngelo Ball, they drafted a shooting guard from Kansas. Salibo Salavak Mukalaka whatever that is. They drafted him. I'm like, for real? He said, Boston. I didn't agree with Boston's picks today, but Boston didn't really need much in the draft. So maybe they got stuff for basically trade bait and just to see what that player turned into. The Pacers got Alize Johnson. You know his parents was from the 90s. He was created in 95, 96, 97, and 98. He was definitely in there. Alize, yep. He was named right after the drink. That thug passion. Your mama made you by listening to Tupac. Alize Johnson. He was listening to some old Tupac. I don't really know nothing about him. He played in Missouri State. So I never really knew too much about him. But Tony Carr from Penn State, that point guard, that is a good pickup, a very good pickup for the Utah Jazz. I think that's very good for them. Devin Hall, I'm not convinced about Devin Hall. That's what I'm saying. The Thunder, when they took Devin Hall, I'm like, you took Devin Hall? He's gonna back up and give a break to the shooting guard on the team. I think they need to. I don't know what OKC's doing. But see, the thing about them is they're gonna get guys who don't come from big city. They really get some country boys because they got to be used to. They have to be used to dealing with. They have to be used to dealing with. Being out there where the town shut down at 10 o'clock at night. The only thing they're gonna have open is a saloon to probably like 11. There's no nightclubs. You're playing in OKC. You're gonna have to be used to this type of rural life. So why you think they have a hard time getting players to come there? It's just like Cleveland. Nobody wants to go play and live in Cleveland. The NBA don't even want to go there. Why you think in the NBA finals they had games 3 and 4 like back to back? Wednesday, then Friday. If they ain't Golden State, they got a whole nother game and they got another day of rest every time. Because people don't mind going to San Francisco or to the Bay. Nobody wants to go to Cleveland. They did it every year. The NBA is not going to stay long in Cleveland. They're going to get up and get up out of there as quickly as possible. Then they come back and they get Utah Arlington, Kevin Hervey, another country boy. Once he gets some muscle on him, Anthony Cupo, his brother, he got drafted finally. He went very low in the draft. I thought he would go a little higher, but he went to the 76ers. And Costas Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak number 2, he went to the 60th pick in the draft to Philly. No, Philly ain't screwed up tonight. Philly did great tonight. If you Philly, you should be very happy with your picks. Dallas has had the number 1, I think, so far of getting what they wanted. But Philly did great. Well, the Suns had 2 picks in the top 10. They took Mikal Bridges and they took DeAndre Ayton. 2 good picks for the Phoenix Suns, but it's all about how they play with Booker. Booker is a Booker's a I gotta get mine too type of player. But Colin Sexton going to the Cleveland Cavs, that's a pretty good pick. It's bold. I don't think Lonzo's going to get drafted. I think somebody's going to pick him up after the draft. I mean, LiAngelo. People he worked out for teams. They just didn't think he's Golden State just worked him out just for the news and the headlines that they gave him a shot, but I don't think he's going to no Golden State. The thing about it is LiAngelo has a huge following on like social media and all this stuff. So LiAngelo Ball, he's probably more noticeable than anybody in the draft, but that isn't Trae Young. Now, Michael Porter Jr., who can penetrate, get to the hole, finish at the basket. He was a good pick for the New York Knicks, but he went all the way down to the 14th pick by the Nuggets. They were terrified. They were scared. They were afraid to make a pick and make a decision. And here is where we end up. Unbelievable. Now, nobody is excited about Trae Young. I mean, if you ask anybody, they think this is a huge mistake by the Hawks to trade up to get this guy, but they wanted him. The GM used to work with Steph Curry for 8 years. He watched Steph Curry grow to become the player he is, and he think he can help Trae Young become the next Steph Curry. And he's very high on Trae Young. I think Trae Young's too small, and I don't think he is as accurate or as dedicated as Steph Curry is. I know he's gonna try. We'll wait and see. I just think he's an off and on type of player. I don't know if he can make the adjustment to turn down, stop the turnovers and definitely, perform when it's needed. I'm your hero. Well, that's good to know. I'm glad I'm somebody's hero. Better than being somebody's zero. Oh man, Jameis Winston's getting suspended for 3 games.
After a while, decision makers wind up weighing the risk and saying, hey, look, there's a pattern of behavior here that just is not quite worth the long term investment. Eventually, they're going to reach that point if this kind of thing would continue. And that's
They
unfortunate.
got the Saints, Eagles, Steelers, then the Bears. So they can start off 0-3.
Like from an organizational standpoint, yes, the 3 games are an issue, but the bigger issue is just being able to trust the guys in the face of your franchise moving forward. You referenced the schedule, and you're talking about a division where, as we've seen over the years, the Falcons, the Panthers, the Saints, any of those could be a team that wins the division and makes a deep run, maybe even a Super Bowl run. And Tampa opens at New Orleans and then Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. If you don't have Winston for those games, how reasonable is it to think you win games?
Yeah, I think those are 3 L's without a doubt. And that's not to say that there's no hope, but look, you're dealing with 3 of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Carson Wentz will be healthy. If not, Nick Foles will be healthy. Drew Brees is the man. Okay, it's just a fact. Ben Roethlisberger, he's got a rookie like nipping on his heels. You think he's not out to prove something? So I think right there, those are 3 L's. And that's no disrespect to Ryan Fitzpatrick, but that's who he is. He is who he is. He's a backup. They added some weapons on defense. I just don't see it as being enough. They're going to.
Wow, he's absolutely correct. I'm trying to figure out what did he do.
And backpacks.
Jameis Winston, preparing to enter an important year 4 in terms of his on-field development, will apparently begin the season on the sidelines. The NFL planning to suspend him for a violation of the personal conduct policy following an investigation into alleged groping of an Uber driver. The former #1 overall pick, who was accused but never charged with rape while at Florida State, settled a civil lawsuit with the woman who had accused him in that instance. The NFL has not informed Winston yet. For Adam Schefter's sources who broke this story, the suspension could increase or decrease because of the circumstances that surround the investigation. Here's a look at the start of the Buck.
Guys, a Uber driver? A Uber driver? You throw your career away for an Uber driver? If you want to see him, call an Uber. That's all you got to do. Be like, you coming back to my house? Ooh, I need a ride. The Uber driver? The Uber driver, sir? Nobody drafted a lot. The Lakers will pick him up if they have a roster spot for him. But nobody was going to draft LiAngelo Ball. He could be an undrafted free agent. Great. Just great. We lose to the doggone Cincinnati Reds. Got no business losing to no 29-45 team. We 12 games over 500. LeBron gonna come over with LiAngelo Ball. And that's that. Well, the Knicks have been in the lottery ever since what, 2004? Now, Kevin Knox is a freshman from Kentucky. I just don't think. I think they'd have been better off with Porter. The fans wanted Porter Jr. They were excited about it. Why would you take that excitement away from the fans? That makes me angry. Porter's injury prone. He might be. That's why he dropped. But the fans want him. Let's see how injury prone he is for Denver. Oh, for that guy who was complaining about my stomach, as you can see. Ain't no scraps in my scrapbook. Well, the Knicks have been saying F what the fans want for a very long time, and you see where it got them? I agree. Dysfunctional is a very good word to mention. I can't believe Grayson Allen fell the way he did. Grayson Allen is a guy that definitely should have had a better opportunity than what he was dished. That was probably the steal of the draft. The shooting guard for Duke going to Utah, very good choice. you talking about you talking about Grayson Allen, right? The dude with hops like that. Come on. D12 to the Warriors. So where do you think LiAngelo Ball should go? Who's gonna pick him up? G League, G League. I think he goes to the Lakers. I think the Los Angeles Lakers picks him up, and that's it.
Especially now because of that result that you and I talked about against Argentina, that sets himself up. Now, Nigeria is a little bit of an X factor.
No, when I saw the BBB, that's the Better Business Bureau. They might have a little something to say about Big Baller Brand. The other BBB gonna show up. They be like, oh, it's the real BBB. They gonna be like, you defrauded people on shoes that you know you ain't got no infrastructure to make. Selling out, I'm buying his shoes. I'm supporting the brother. He gonna to get them. He gonna wear his own shoes. I'm supporting him. They be, hold on, we still making the shoe. People people ordered these shoes. Like, hey man, I ordered my shoes. Y'all got my money. Where's my shoe? Man, I mean, see, that's the thing. Brothers have good ideas. They just some of them have bad planning. You know, it's a great idea, but you gotta manufacture, you gotta do all the background things. Like there's a reason people sign with Nike, Adidas. They have the infrastructure for developing. So that's why you partner with them. You can't just say, screw them. Yeah, the Better Business Bureau sounds great. Well, it's legitimate business. They step in to make sure other companies, that's their job, to step in to make sure companies are doing what they're supposed to do. They already exist. He was like, that sounds great. Yeah, we got about 4 minutes before we end the I'll say Dallas, and I like Philly. Phoenix had a good draft. A lot of people had a good draft. They got what they wanted out of it. I would say the Knicks failed yet again. Well, Dallas is getting there. Atlanta got what they wanted. Trae Young, they got some attention down in Georgia. Don't even get started with Detroit. Well, I don't even want to go there. Oh, we talked about that here already. Why they booed that pick? They wanted Michael Porter Jr. and that was it. And you should right now the Knicks. You owe the fans. So go ahead and give them what they want. For the second year in a row, you screwed them. They wanted Monk last year. You guys went left again and drove Frank Natali Beach. Dave Frank is all right, but no, he ain't Monk. They they Monk's supposed to be a Nick. Now this year you're supposed to come around with Michael Porter Jr. I don't care he injury prone or not. You get him for the fans. Like, look, we did what we wanted to do. It didn't work. Let's do what the fans want and see if it works. Because if it don't work, you can say, well, y'all wanted them and we got them. Now what happened? Don't talk to us about nothing else. No, I didn't notice that, but I'm quite sure he probably was shocked because it was the dumbest pick I've seen. I'm like, you pick a freshman? So in this last minute, who do y'all think had the best draft? You pick one team. I'm going to say the 76ers. Wow, there's still a Cavs fan left. I thought they were all extinct. Suns. Suns had a good draft too. I just like Philly's picks. The Sixers don't need Bridges. I mean, that was good for them to do that. Cullen, no left hand Sexton. But he a live one though. He gonna get the ball to the next level. He gonna play tough. He's got a lot of confidence. But it's been nice and doing this live chat. We'll do it again later. I'm out. If you haven't subscribed yet, definitely subscribe. And if you do, go check out the other videos. I'm out.